Shalom, shalom. Call halal yamla. YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kokodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of great Muslim and teaching well. Peace and salutations be to the elect. I'm Brother Tazwan, coming at you from the province in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. Alright, this is going to be going into don't be an asshole just because you got the truth. Alright. I'm going to grab some scriptures on that. We're going to try to make it quick. But if the spirit flow, you know. Alright. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5. And verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. So the Lord called us the light of the world. Alright, that means we need to lead by example. Okay? The Lord chose us to be the light of the world, man. Alright? The Lord chose us to be the light of the world, right? So when you get this truth, you get returned into that light. You become that light again because you were in darkness before. But once you come into this truth and awaken, all right, the Lord returns you to that light that you once were. All right. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. I mean, the Lord held you as his prized possession, and he holds you as his prized possession in the world, man. Okay? And our city was called the Hill City. Okay? The Lord made our city and our people, you know, just above all else, man. All right? So I bring this out because what? The topic is don't be an asshole just because you got the truth, you know. The world looked to you to see how Yahawashi is. And Yahawashi wasn't walking around just being rude to people, being terrible to people. And I say that to say this because you may encounter people in the world that's going to try you, disrespect you, or say certain things to get you unnerved, you know. For example, today I had a situation happen at work when I drive trucks and I'm driving this truck and this lady turned in real fast and it was a Judite woman. Okay, and she driving a BMW. She seemed like she done broke her damn back and neck just to get that BMW, and I know she was a single woman, cause no man gonna wife that up with that attitude, you know. And she got up like I'm driving past her and I'm maneuvering through a tight space, and she sped up on the left side of my truck. You know, she's coming facing my way and I'm facing her way, and I'm coming out of a parking lot. I'm turning left and she turned right at the intersection coming towards me, and she sped in there, seeing that I was already coming out, like, and my truck's big in a tight space, and she got up to my window part and she honked the horn at me. She rolled the window down, honked the horn at me, and at this point I'm right above her window and she right underneath my window, and she just, look how close you are to my car. You see that? Can you see how close you are to my car? You know, just yelling at me, you know. And the flesh, she just want to say, shut the fuck up, you know. The flesh just want to snap back. You know, but if I did that, what would make me any different from her? What would make me any different from anybody else in the world that does these things, man? That react carnally, that react as beasts, that react off of their instincts. If you're in your carnal instincts gonna tell you, snap back. Don't let the bitch talk to you like that. That's your carnal instincts, but we have to start reacting off of spiritual instinct. Okay, that's what's gonna get us saved. That's what's gonna get us protected from danger and death. That's how we move through wisdom and knowledge and understanding. That's how we're going to be stable in those times, as Isaiah 33:6. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. So if we're that light that gives light into all that are in the house, everybody else in the dark, and you're that light that's just shining, and everybody's looking to you to guide their way, to light their paths. Because if you're in dark, you can't see where you're going, you can't see in front of you. But when you got light, now you can see. Now you can see the traps laid out in front of you. Now you can see how to walk down the path and which way to go to get to safety and comfort. And the Lord set us up to be that light. Okay? So that means we gotta carry ourselves as light and not as darkness. As she honking and yelling at me, I responded, quickly and calmly responded, "You're gonna be all right. I got you." And she just kept repeating. She froze. She just repeated herself again, said the same thing. So I repeated myself and said, "You're gonna be all right. I got you." And every fiber of my flesh was just ready to just jump, But I told her, "You're good. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you don't get your car scraped up." When I pulled off, man, I was ready to I was upset, but that's the whole point of this truth. You gotta learn how to take L's, man. Don't think, "Oh, you got the upper hand. I'm not gonna let them get the last word." Getting the last word can very well get you killed. Getting the last word will get you your last breath. That's how you move through wisdom. Everybody got a license. Everybody can carry now here, especially here in my state, in Florida. Everybody carrying, One wrong move, and especially with road rage. Road rage is it's a different type of demons, man. And all these people be having it. And sometimes it'll try to jump on me, but I rebuke it. I don't let it get out of control. I don't be honking the horn at people. I never honk at people, man. I just find it rude. I just wait for I'm patient and I wait. But you can't carry yourself in the world like you got a chip on your shoulder, or you just mad at the world. And now that you got the truth, you're gonna treat everybody like shit because they don't got it. No, if you're doing that, then what makes you different from the rich, or from what the rich man do to the poor man? Now you got these riches, and the scriptures say, "Poor this world, rich in faith." Now you rich in the spirit, and you treating everybody else like they poor, and you arrogant with it, cocky with it. That's called pride. And the Lord didn't walk like that. Let your light so shine before men. So you gotta let your light shine before men. And now they have no excuse to take up to the Father. They got no excuse or no complaint to take to the Lord in Judgment Day. "That's your prophet, Lord? Man, he called me a bitch in traffic. Man, he told me my shit, I was funky. He told me my drawers stink." No, they can't say nothing. The scriptures say that ye may be blameless. Okay, it says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." So that when they see how you respond to them, how you react, what makes a man, what defines a man is how he reacts and how he responds to situations. What kind of man are you? The Lord gonna prove it through your reactions. When the MOTB come out, how you gonna react? When the devil come up against you with a gun to kill you, how you gonna react? When your family betray you and seek to put you to death, how you gonna react? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? That's gonna define you, man. That's gonna be written down to notify. That's gonna be your summary. This is what kind of nigga you was, But if you respond differently, they gonna know, man, this was a man of the Lord. He was definitely different. I didn't know anybody would do stuff like that. That wasn't on that. It says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." Now check this out. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6, Thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord chose you to be above all people upon the face of the earth. That means you have to lead, and lead by example. Alright? If the Lord hated all the heathens, then all the heathens will be done away with. But that's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. The Lord said he hate one nation of people, and that's Esau, Edom. He hate them. That's why they're going to be done away with. But all these other souls, these heathens, they're gonna remain in the earth when the kingdom is here, and they're going to give servitude unto us. So yeah, you may hate these Hamites, you may hate these Moabites, but they're going to be taking care of your kids. They're going to be washing your feet and cleaning your house, you know, cleaning your castle, cleaning your planet in the kingdom, man. All right, so you can't hate them that much, man. You know, the Lord preserving them. Okay, you gotta remember, all these nations of people that were also born of righteous men. You know, they were all born of righteous men. Okay, that's why the scriptures say the seed of the wicked shall be plucked up. And it won't grow, it won't prosper. Okay, the fruits of the wicked won't prosper. It's a lot. But all these nations that are around you today came from righteous men. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Noah, Adam. Okay. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord already chose you to be above everybody else. Okay? And when the Lord himself he knows he's above everybody else, he came down and shewed himself to be a servant, to serve everybody else, because that's how you lead. You know, take care of people, have good hospitality, be good in manners. You know, be respectful. Don't just be treating everybody like shit because you got the truth, man. You know, the Lord sees that. You got to remember, you were once in their shoes. All right? And if you're treating your own people like shit just because you got the truth and they don't, you got to remember, the Lord said, Ezra, thou canst not love my people more than I love my people. And Ezra loved the Lord. Ezra loved his people. He loved Israel. He was like, man, Lord, how we gonna do? What we gonna do for our people? How we gonna get them out of this situation? You know, complaining continually, like, Lord, how can we help? How can we help our people? He loved his people, but the Lord told him, even after Ezra seen all that destruction that was to come upon our people, the Lord told him, Ezra, thou canst not love my people more than I love my people. So even though our people got to taste thermonuclear fire, that don't mean the Lord don't love them. They got to taste thermonuclear fire because the Lord love them. They just become corrupted. They have to be cleansed. Fire is a purifying agent. They have to be cleansed. Why do you think they're going to come back and get new bodies as well? They're going to be immortal as well. They're going to rule in the kingdom as well. The Lord loves his people. You got to be careful. You can be talking shit to the wrong person, and he may be the elect and you may not. You know, he just wasn't woken up yet. He may be in 11th hour, brother, and you, man, nigga ain't gonna get it. The hell with you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. You know, and then all of a sudden 2 years, three years down the line, you somewhere in West Bubblefox, lost and confused, and he preaching the word that you used to be preaching. He teaching what you were supposed to be teaching. Might look just like him. Might be wearing the same garment. You know, the Lord has a sense of humor. He'll show you, but you reap what you sow. And if you're sowing evil, it'll return to you. Best believe it will return to you. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord YAHAWASHI loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So the Lord always come through for his people because he loves us. Okay? But you got to consider that. What kind of people are you showing yourself to be? These other nations look at you like what? Oh, that's who the Lord chose? Oh, the Lord said he's a prophet? Why he be acting like this? Treating me like that, you know? How was the Lord when he was on earth? Consider those things. And you know, when I say these things, because I used to think this way, man. When I was a little more youthful in this walk, I used to think, man, I'm better than you. I got the truth. You know? I used to look down on people. I got the truth. You don't. You ain't gonna get it, nigga. You ain't gonna never get it, nigga. You know? And what made me any different from them? Thinking like that. That made me even more of a nigga. That just means if I would have got riches, and they were poor, that I would have treated them just like the rich man treated Lazarus in the scriptures. You know? That's one thing we gotta understand, man. These scriptures coincide with one another. They come into each other. They all line up with one another. It's a body. They're connected. The scriptures are connected, and we're connected to the Lord's Spirit. In doing so, we gotta move off the same vibration. All right, or we're gonna be cut off from the body. Move in righteousness. Learn to react different. Okay. Matter of fact, let me grab this. This is the book of Matthew. I'm grabbing an LT. Trying to bring the point across. T. It says, we'll start Matthew chapter 5. Start Matthew chapter 5 and verse. That's a lot on this. We'll start at Matthew chapter 5 and verse 44. It's Matthew chapter 5 verse 44 in the NIV. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Okay, so pray for those who persecute you and love your enemies, man. Going to what? Love your neighbor. Love thy neighbor, even if they hate you or they coming against you. Love them. And this ain't going for all nations. It's going for your people, Israel, Jacob, so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. All right, but even with that, you still don't want to. If it's a heathen, you don't want to hate them because they hate you. You know, you don't want to curse them just because they're coming after you. You know, be careful how you tread, man. You don't know. The Lord say, roughly paraphrasing, vengeance is mine, I will repay. You know, do not recompense evil, for vengeance is mine, I will repay. All right. So verse 45, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll grab it in NLT. It says, in that way you will be acting as true children of your Father in heaven. For he gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the just and the unjust alike. If you love only those who love you, what reward is there for that? Even corrupt tax collectors do that much. If you are kind only to your friends, how are you different from anyone else? Even pagans do that. But you are to be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. All right, so we gotta take it there, man. We gotta take it there, because our Father in heaven is perfect, and we following after the Lord's footsteps. All right, I mean, we gotta fill in those footprints. We gotta act how he acted and react how he reacted. You trying to find favor in the sight of the Lord, right? How you gonna do that? By doing the same thing everybody else do? Yeah, you may teach the truth, but this truth is about character. What kind of character do you have? What are your character traits? You know? What kind of man are you? Are you a proud man? Are you a tick for tack man? Are you a betraying man? A jealous man? An envious man? A lustful man? What kind of man are you, man? You know? In which we all battle certain demons. But even I can tell you, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, the way you react is ordained by the Lord. Even if you think different, you may think, oh man, I ain't doing that shit, and you end up doing it anyway. The Lord directed your steps. What kind of man are you? What kind of man did the Lord form you to be? That's what's important. That's what you got to consider when you're out there on the highways and hedges, and out there on your daily lives, whether you be at work or just venture in to go to the grocery store, whatever it may be, going for a walk. Somebody may wave at you and smile. Don't toot up your upper lip and crunch your eyebrows and, you know, size them up, look them up and down and ignore them and keep moving. No, man, just be kind. All right. If you can't be kind, you worse than these average Joe Schmoes walking around, these average Edomites. Because even the Edomite look you in the eye and smile and say, hey. And they hate you. They hate you in their heart. Okay? But if you hate them so much that it's showing. And then other people are reviewing you. Other people are watching you. And it'd be angels that be sitting on people just watching you to see how you react to certain situations. And they report it back to the Lord. And the Lord say, he learning. Or the Lord say, he's not learning. Either way you slice it, the Lord knows where your walk is going. You know? The Lord knows where your walk is going. He's there. He's written it. He's the author and the finisher of our faith. So, carry that light upon your heads, brothers. Don't let this world get you down. Don't walk around like you got a chip on your shoulder or a weight on your back, a crick in your neck. Man, just show the world your light. Show the world the light that's in you, the Lord, YAHAWASHI. Okay, don't walk around in a aura, in a pool of darkness. I knew a man like that before, man. And he ain't here no more. You know. walking around saying he got the power. I got the power. And he used that to excuse his rude deeds, his disrespectful deeds, his disrespectful actions. And he ain't here anymore, man. That got strung out somewhere. I truly have desires most edifying to you, occupant our wealth, listen to truth and sincerity. Until next time, Yahshua, I give all glory, honor, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.